Who are you when people stop asking what you do for a living? Or better yet, what's your response going to be to that question when you enter this next chapter of life? Call it retirement, call it next chapter, whatever you want. But what's your response going to be? Who are you or what do you do? So if your job title disappears tomorrow, in 6 months, in 2 years, whatever your plan is, and you can't answer that question, that's not success. That's a warning light. So start thinking about it now, because we're all eventually going to work less, if not completely stop working. But when someone asks us, what do you do? What do you do? Let's be honest. Work. The job you currently have, the career path that you have been on for the past 30, 40, 50 years has become a container for the majority of your identity. That is a natural byproduct of having to get up every day and go report to someone else to get a paycheck. The last 30, 45 years, even with the fact that your identity has been tailored to the jobs you perform, whether it's your work job that gives you a paycheck, your job as a mother, your job as a wife, your job as a church community member, etc. All of those different jobs, the hats, the metaphorical hats that we wear, those have been your identity. And one by one, they've been coming off over the past 15 or so years. Many of you are now the empty nesters. Yes, you will forever be a mother, but the years of mothering, of raising children, that identity's off. It's had to shift. Use that as sort of a guidepost. And for those of us who didn't have kids, we can all imagine. But for every transition in life, for everything that we have had to move through that season of life to get the caregiving of our parents, when that's done, for that portion of us that are tied up with that in our identity, what does that transfer to? Every season that sunsets is leading us to the ultimate journey of figuring out who we are. I currently work crazy hours with the commute and with the job and where I live and commuting back and forth to see my husband in New England, caretaking my mother. All of that is my identity. There's not enough hours in the day for me to figure out who I am outside of that. I've picked up my passion projects. Yes, I'm working these into cracks. What cracks exist in that crazy schedule I keep? But when that whole schedule sunsets, with the exception of the husband in New England, eventually I will leave this job at some point. Eventually, my mother will move onward to reunite with her beloved husband that she's a widow from. When these things happen and I no longer have to do them, that adds time back to my life, but also gives me a void that I get to pick up and either wallow in, who am I? Or, who am I? What do I want to do now? What have I put off all of these years that I now have the time and, God willing, the energy and the good health to pursue? We've all got those things. There have been dozens of things we've put off for the betterment of the family. Nope, the kids need braces, or the husband needs this, or I've got to buy this special fire retardant jumpsuit for the job at the plant. Whatever you have had to focus on instead of the things that you want for yourself, you're coming into a season of life where you can start thinking more about yourself, and it's not selfish, it's self-full. It will feed your soul. We've talked a lot, not just in this series, but on the channel and gentlemen, I'm not intending to exclude you, because you also have had predetermined roles in life. But we women, and I'm going to take it down a step further, we Southern women definitely trained, and I'm saying trained intentionally, because regardless of what the good intentions were of my mother's generation with the whole women's lib movement back during the 70s, they were still a victim of their upbringing. And there were certain pillars and tenements that they had not yet addressed and evolved and chosen not to pass down to my generation. And one of the ones in Southern households was that you put everybody else first. Everybody, everything. Your husband, your kids, your church, your community, at work. God bless me. I still offer people a cup of coffee when I'm leaving a meeting to go powder my nose because that's the way I was raised. Good manners, yes, but it was also a female transference of responsibilities. So being helpful to everybody should not and will not define my value. Exchanging my time and my skills for a paycheck does not define my value, nor does it require me to give of myself outside the hours they've exchanged from my life for what they're paying me. And that's a big move for all of us to consider. We have to start living now on our own time, on our off hour times from the job, as if we're retired, as if we've already transitioned to this next season of life. This will give you a head start on figuring out so much. You'll still need the transition period to rest, reboot, power cycle, regenerate, get to know yourself, and just breathe. But it doesn't have to be as long of a process when you finally get that last paycheck as it will be if you don't start now. Quality of your life will be enriched now by doing these things more so than if you just, oh, I'm just going to keep my nose to the grind and get through this and until that next chapter turns the page. And no, start it now. Give yourself some self-care and some self-love now. Know thyself. So tell me, comment down below, outside of your current pile of responsibilities, who are you? What do you like to do that does not involve your job, obligations to church and community, obligation to family events? Who are you? So, hi, I'm Jenny. As you know, I got a little to say about a lot of stuff, and I adore my passion projects. 100% mine. I enjoy it. I'll keep doing these. Share this video with somebody in your life who you know needs to start preparing now for that transition. There's a lot of us that at this stage of life, the kids have left. Some of us find ourselves single after decades of marriage, whether it's by a legal choice or a fateful choice of being widowed. But who are you? And what are you going to do this week to start giving yourself your life back on your off time? All right, I'm Jen. I post on Wednesdays and Saturdays. This is video 2 in a 7-video series. This is month 6 of a 7-month long, so go back and binge all those videos. I will see you again soon. Stop recording.